There are certain things in life that people will constantly try to take from you. Sometimes they ask politely. Sometimes they demand them. Sometimes they manipulate you into giving them away without even realizing it. And the strange part is that most people give these things away willingly. They give them away because they want to be liked. They give them away because they want to avoid conflict. They give them away because they fear disappointing others. But every time they do this, something slowly disappears from their lives. Their peace, their strength, their dignity. And eventually they begin to feel something they cannot fully explain. They feel exhausted. They feel disrespected. They feel like the world is constantly taking advantage of them. But Stoic philosophers understood something powerful thousands of years ago. If you want to live with strength and clarity, there are certain things you must learn to protect, even when people ask for them, even when society pressures you, even when saying no feels uncomfortable. Because the moment you learn to guard these things, your life begins to change. And before we go deeper into these lessons, if you enjoy exploring Stoic philosophy and learning how to master your mind in a chaotic world, consider subscribing to the channel. Because the purpose of these videos is simple: to help you think clearly, to help you act wisely, and to help you build a mind that cannot easily be shaken by the world. Now let's begin. 1. Never give people your peace of mind. Your peace of mind is one of the most valuable things you possess, yet most people lose it every single day. A stranger says something rude. A colleague criticizes their work. A friend ignores their message, and suddenly their mind becomes restless. They replay the moment again and again. They imagine arguments that never happened. They think about clever responses they wish they had said. They let one small moment ruin hours of their day, but the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius reminded himself of something powerful. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Think about that carefully. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control what people think. You cannot control how people behave. But you can control how much influence they have over your mind. Most people unknowingly give others complete access to their emotions. One comment can destroy their confidence. One criticism can ruin their entire mood. One act of disrespect can stay in their thoughts for days. But a Stoic understands something important. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. And not every conflict deserves your energy. Imagine walking through life with this mindset. Someone insults you, but instead of reacting, you observe. Someone criticizes you, but instead of arguing, you reflect calmly. Someone disrespects you, but instead of exploding with anger, you remain composed. In that moment, something powerful happens. You keep your peace, and when people realize they cannot disturb your calm, they lose their power over you. This is why emotional control is not weakness. It is strength, real strength. 2. Never give people unlimited access to your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Money can be recovered, opportunities can return, but time never comes back. Every second that passes disappears forever. Yet most people treat their time as if it has no value. They say yes to every request. They attend events they do not enjoy. They spend hours in conversations that lead nowhere. They allow others to fill their schedules with obligations that bring no meaning to their lives. And slowly, without realizing it, their life slips away. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote something that sounds almost uncomfortable to hear. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Think about your average day. How many hours disappear in distractions? How many moments are spent worrying about things that do not matter? How many opportunities are lost because your time was consumed by things that added no value to your life? Strong people understand something that many struggle to accept. They learn to say no. Not aggressively, not with guilt, but with clarity. Because every time you say yes to something unnecessary, you say no to something meaningful. Protecting your time is not selfish, it is responsible. Because time is life itself, and when you begin to respect your time, something interesting happens. Others begin to respect it as well. 3. Never give people the power to define your worth. One of the most dangerous things you can give someone is the authority to define who you are. Yet people do this constantly. Someone criticizes them, and they begin to doubt themselves. Someone rejects them, and they start questioning their value. Someone underestimates them, and they begin to believe it. But Stoic philosophy teaches something powerful. Your worth is not determined by someone else's opinion. People judge you based on limited information. They see a small moment of your life. They hear a rumor. They observe a single action. And from that tiny piece of information, they form conclusions about your entire character. Yet many people accept those conclusions as truth. This is why Stoics practiced inner independence. They believed your identity should be built from within, not from applause, not from validation, not from social approval, but from your character, your discipline, your actions. When your confidence depends on other people's opinions, it becomes fragile. But when your confidence comes from your principles, it becomes unshakable. Because even when the world misunderstands you, you still know who you are. 4. Never give people control over your emotions. Some people will try to control you through emotion. They know exactly what to say. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to trigger your reactions. And if you react every time, they learn something important. They learn that controlling you is easy, but Stoic philosophy teaches something powerful. Between what happens and how you respond, there is a space. And in that space lies your freedom. If someone insults you, pause. If someone criticizes you unfairly, breathe. If someone tries to provoke you, observe. That pause gives you power. Because when you react immediately, your emotions control you. But when you respond calmly, you control your emotions. And once people realize they cannot easily manipulate your reactions, they lose their influence over you. 5. Never give people your self-respect. There is one thing you should never trade for approval: your dignity. Yet people sacrifice it every day. They tolerate disrespect because they fear losing relationships. They accept poor treatment because they want to avoid confrontation. They stay silent when boundaries are crossed because they want to keep peace. But peace built on disrespect is not real peace. It is quiet suffering. Stoic philosophy teaches a simple but powerful principle: you must never betray yourself to please others. Because the moment you abandon your self-respect, you begin to lose your identity. You can lose many things in life and recover: money, opportunities, even friendships. But when you lose your dignity, rebuilding it requires deep courage. This is why strong people walk away from situations that compromise their values. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with calm clarity, because they understand something important. Respect begins with how you treat yourself. Final reflection. The world will constantly ask things from you: your time, your attention, your patience, your energy. Sometimes those requests are genuine, but sometimes they are traps. Traps that slowly drain your strength. Traps that slowly weaken your character. Traps that slowly steal your peace. Stoic philosophy teaches a powerful truth: kindness is important, but boundaries are essential. Because the strongest people are not the ones who give everything away. They are the ones who know what must be protected: your peace, your time, your dignity, your mind. Guard these things carefully, because the moment you stop giving them away, something remarkable happens. You become someone the world cannot easily control, and that is where real strength begins.